Right guys, welcome to another Q&A with the Gaffer Devs. We're actually on site of an away friendly match we're going to be playing later today, which will be on the channel in the future, so stay tuned for that. This is the second Q&A we've done this season. So I've got some questions that have been left on Twitter and YouTube, Devs. Yep. Happy to answer them?
Let's go for it.
Okay, first one is from Dictate the Game. He says, as your club is part-time, how many hours a day or week do you spend working at the club?
I don't know, it's a tough one really. Obviously, we're in on Saturdays and Tuesday evenings at the moment. That's the only time I get to spend with the players and the rest of the staff. But I think working for a club, particularly, well, to be honest, any manager's job, in whether I think non-league or higher, it's every day.
Live and breathe it.
Yeah, I'm not on my own. It's not unique to hashtag by any stretch, but we do have obviously lots of things that go on away from the football that I kind of can be involved with, and it's just general discussions. But I would say every day, and it's not something I've measured, and if I were to measure it, it'd probably be more than I realise.
Yeah. Same goes to Neil behind the camera as well, and a lot of people that work at hashtag. Next question is actually from one of our super fans, Callum Glanville. He says, what do you think the fans have been like this season?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and getting better.
Getting louder.
Getting louder. Very much like ourselves as a club in non-league, and the guys as a team. The fans are only coming together. Obviously the fan base online is like to think growing, but that was there. That was established, but the kind of in terms of people turning up in real life, if you like.
Yeah.
I think the guys are gradually come together. They've got themselves a little base, a growing base.
Got some songs.
The super fans. They've got their repertoire of songs.
Some better than others.
Some better than others, but
we like it.
You've got to start somewhere, and it's great, and actually it makes a real difference to the players. The players have mentioned how it does actually spurs them on. So
yeah,
I think absolutely brilliant. It's great to have the guys there.
There was some great footage last game when Richo scored his third goal. I think it was his third goal, did the hat-trick, and he runs over to the boys who are behind the goal to celebrate. You guys can be part of that. Get yourself down some games. The super fans, the ultras, whatever you want to call them, they're very approachable. You can join them. All you got to do is sing along. Matthew Welch says, how do you feel about other teams being able to watch your previous team talks before a game? Not ideal, is it, really?
No, it's not something I think about too much. I suppose I thought about it more before we started. I'm really lucky for what the guys see in terms of the content when it goes out. It's really only snippets of what's being said, and the editorial guys are absolutely brilliant. I've kind of taken away the tactical stuff, so a lot of the stuff you'll see is the kind of the watchable bits, if you like, in terms of the motivational stuff and the message, but not necessarily the finer detail. So I'm quite lucky that I don't have to worry about it. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying in terms of I don't want that to be seen by somebody else. And we'll always have discussions, particularly myself and Neil. If there's anything we're unsure about, he'll always clear it with me, and I can say whether it's something I'm comfortable with being in or not.
Yeah, it's a fascinating part, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we want to give that insight to our fans, but by the same token, we don't want to disadvantage ourselves.
Sometimes it's not necessarily about what Dev says, sometimes it's about what he doesn't say. Do you remember that one a few games ago where there was just silence for what seemed like hours? That's the sort of tension that we share with you guys, so hopefully you've been enjoying it, good and bad. Danny Mears says, Spencer's to me, I think. Spencer, are you a bit worried? How well hashtag United are doing? Is no one knocking on the door for Devs to take another club over higher up? Well, if that's the case, that's a good thing because it means they're doing well. And I would always say that football club, we want to be around for a long, long time. I hope Devs is around for a long, long time at our club, but I'm sure in time we're going to have a number of different managers, a number of different players. That's part of the success of a club. Also, I'd say that we're quite a unique club, and hopefully I speak for Devs when I say there's no real other club like hashtag United. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but I think if you're in part of it and you're on board with it, there's no better place to be. And we've loved having Devs, and we hope you stay for a long time. That's what I say on camera anyway. Mike Clarkson says, what advice would you give someone who wants to get into coaching or managing? He's currently helping run an under-11s team.
Brilliant. Anybody wanting to get into coaching, I would say the biggest thing is to get out there and do it exactly as you're doing. Is it, Mike? Is that exactly as you're doing? Watch other coaches ask if you can go and observe. If you still play, think about the sessions that you're taking part in when you're playing, if you ever join in. And the biggest thing really is and take steal ideas off of people. Magpie. I think for me that's been the biggest learning tool. Do your badges if you can, but I'm a believer that your badges aren't the be all and end all. Actually, that experience of getting out there and taking ideas and developing them and making them your own and tweaking them and learning from that. Feedback from players is key as well. They'll tell you if they, particularly under 11s, I'm sure they'll tell you if they do or don't enjoy the sessions. Tonight's
a great example, by the way, of what coaching can bring you, because at tonight's friendly, I do believe the combined partnership, what I'm going to call Richo and Rich, two kind of growing coaches new to coaching. Rich started doing his badges. Richo is assistant manager to you, obviously, as well as our striker. They're taking a bit more of a role tonight, aren't they?
They're going to take the game tonight. It's part of their own development. I think it's important. You know, anything can happen. If forever I can't be at a game, then those guys will have to step into that. So tonight in the friendly is the ideal opportunity. So I'm staying out in the changing room tonight. I've told the players very briefly and told them what's happening, and I'm staying away. And I think that's important for the players also to not have me there as well. It's part of all us developing the stuff.
And it's good to be able to practice that in the middle of a season as well. And also it means I get Devs on commentary with me tonight, which is going to be very interesting. Cosmic Gameplay says, who's the smartest in the squad, in your opinion? Is this something you want to... Do you have an opinion on who the smartest player is?
I don't.
Technically, I am in the squad, by the way, because I am registered to play.
No, I don't. So Seb.
Yeah, he's not up there.
Footballing wise? Football smart, or are we talking generally?
Well, he doesn't say, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I'm going to... It's a tough one. If you'd ask me who are the least smartest, that might be easier to answer. We've got some smart guys that do very well in their careers away from football.
Yeah.
You know, remember, this is part time. This is this is a kind of a hobby, albeit a serious hobby for them. We've got some smart lads that have got good careers outside of that. I don't really feel in a position to. We've not had any team quizzes. So.
I reckon I'm going to just put this out there. I'm going to say Andy, Cade Watts. Goalkeeper.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Just throwing it out there. Maybe too smart for his own good.
Yeah, he's got something to say. Again, but
he's
one of the more experienced guys as well. So I think he's got the benefit of experience to add to his knowledge.
Okay. I hope that answers your question. Chris G9110 says, will there be another Hashtag United Academy series to find the next Scotty P?
I'd love to do that.
So would I.
Hope so. Obviously, I wasn't part of the process last time.
Imagine the talent we could uncover with Devs on board. We didn't even have Devs helping us. We still found Scotty P.
It's a great find and a great advert for what you did. My understanding is it took quite a lot of work as well, though. So fitting it in around the hustle and bustle of a regular season where we're playing, week in, week out. But it's certainly something I think in our plans to talk about.
Yeah, definitely plans.
Whether it looks exactly the same or if it's a different type of. But we are looking to build the club and the academy will prove very successful.
It would probably be a bit different, but we definitely want to do one, and there's a much more established route into first team football now as well, which I like. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. Matt Spencer says, which player has improved the most over the season so far? Well, just to throw one in there, because I was thinking about the end of year awards or end of season awards we'll have to do, and we'll probably have an award for most improved. So maybe we should keep that one close-lipped for now and think about it off camera. We don't want to give any teasers of who might win that, unless you want to put some out there. Who do you think's been improving?
Okay, not so much. I look at the likes of Charlie, really improved. There's been a lot of improvement in a lot of guys.
I've had Player of the Month twice in the Sunday League. And that's nothing to do with how many subscribers I've got. That's purely based on talent.
Yeah.
So
you need to be more reliable. You not even always at training.
That's very true. Very true.
Comes into it.
He's got me there.
I think someone who I didn't know a lot about, I don't think anybody really knew a great deal about, that came in and took a little while to get his chance early on, but since has come in and has really established himself as a regular is Farai.
Oh yeah.
I've been ever so impressed with Farai.
Warrior.
As a caveat to that, he's still got, in my opinion, a long way to go, and a lot of his strengths are in terms of recovering. We're working on how he becomes better as a defender, so he's less noticeable, which is an interesting take. But sometimes the less noticeable you are, particularly as a defender, the better the job you're doing. So
yeah, I know what you mean.
They're the kind of areas we're working on for, but I've been really impressed with him, and he's kind of come on leaps and bounds through the season with us.
Okay. AJ the 104 says something that relates to last Q&A. Have you painted that wall yet?
Yes.
You've done the decorating?
Yeah, well, yeah, but she's found more for me to do, so
that's always the way.
Ongoing thing.
So more decorating to be done?
And actually, I've got someone in.
You outsourced it?
Yeah, that's it.
It's got to be done, guys. But either way, it's getting done. That's what's most important.
About the wall, or the walls, the bedroom, that's been done by me.
Good job.
Take full credit of it. I was happy with it.
Right, I'm glad you're happy. Kieran in Scotland, who I imagine is from Scotland, says, if you got promoted, will you buy a lot of new players, or do you think the players we have now will do well in a league higher? That is obviously if we manage to get promoted.
Okay, so at this level we don't buy players. I doubt it happens anywhere at this level, to be honest, but we don't buy players. If answering the second part of the question, do I think the players that we've got would do well in the league above? I would be confident taking our squad into the league above and competing well. So
that's good to know.
We're always looking to improve.
Yes.
To add to that, so that's not to say that it wouldn't change, because you're always striving to improve. And I'm talking about the players as to how they're performing now. You know, things change individually as well as collectively in terms of form and ability. But if we were taking our squad that we have as it is today, going into the league above, then it wouldn't hold any fears for me.
Okay. Good. El Gingiro says, how are you able to calm yourself in such anger-inducing situations such as poor performances? Luckily, we haven't had too many of them, but they do come up every now and then.
I think for me, it's not always. There's times when I've got to kind of check on my own emotions and act on what I think. So actually, I always act on what I think is best for the team at that given time. So it's about getting a feel for the atmosphere, if you like, and where the guys are at. So there's been times where I've lost my temper this season where I've not necessarily been particularly angry, but I feel that that's what they've needed, because there's a flatness and they needed almost a little bit of anger put into them. There's been times when I've thought that they've needed a pick-up, so I've been really positive about it. So it's really about picking up the vibe of the players and kind of going with a gut feel. I'm generally, believe it or not, I'm generally quite calm on the touchline, because I'm constantly trying to keep my emotions in check to think with a clear head.
Well, it's true. To be fair, when we score, you see some managers jumping on the pitch and running around, and you're much more composed, which I think is good, because it's a long way to go. It's only part of the process.
Everybody has their own different style and dealing with it, but I'll try to.
Maybe at the end of the season hopefully we might see some celebrations. Random Gamer 27. Do players get paid to play now?
No, not here, not at our club. Must add, I'm not complaining. It's a decision that we certainly made anyway, because our guys, as I'm sure you all know, have some amazing benefits that come with playing for us. Such things as obviously the football manager deal and the Adidas in particular, in terms of that partnership and the clothing and footwear that they get to wear. So they
getting to hang out with Lewis Preston.
Yeah, that's
like a red letter day every day.
Well, yeah, it's we use that to lure players in. That's for sure.
But yeah, we don't pay them.
We don't pay them. No, we don't. That's not to say that we won't at some point going forward. There are some teams, I believe, in our league that do, and there are lots that don't. But no, at this moment, our players, none of our players get paid to the day for hashtag.
This is an interesting question from Mauricio Fuentes. If you had a secure spot on the table, no matter if you're first or in the middle, it wasn't going to change towards the end of the season, would you let Spencer play in the last match? Please.
It depends, I think. It depends. On
how much is it going to cost me?
The opposition. So our last game of the season this season is Colchester United.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm injured.
They're having a fantastic season. They're quite possibly be in the promotion hunt.
Yeah. But in this situation, says it won't be. In this scenario, there is. Wherever we finish,
we're secure. So the answer is it would depend on the opposition and where they are within the table.
Fair.
It's important that you pay kind of.
Hang on, you're basically saying that playing me is like throwing the game. That's Just watch the Sunday League games.
Not the game.
I kicked the ball past the guy once, crossed it in, nearly got to one of our players.
Giving a leg up to the opposition, I would suggest, rather than...
Unbelievable. You haven't seen me up front yet. Stephen Bridgman says, what do you think of the lad's choice of song in I Carumba? And is it true it is on your iPod?
Do you know what? It might be. iPod. People have iPods.
I added the bit about the iPod. He didn't actually ask that.
Come on.
But well, Spotify. Do you listen to I Carumba on Spotify before you go to bed? That's what I heard.
No, I don't listen to it before I go to bed.
When you get up?
I prefer that if I hear it, I'm happy because it means we've won a game. I would be lying if I said it's not on my playlist. I don't actually know. It's quite
exclusive.
It is very possible that Ellis has added it to my playlist.
Ellis is sneaky.
Yeah, so I'd be lying if I said definitely not.
We've come to the end of our Twitter questions. I've actually got a question for you, Debs. I want to know, how do you, because we're past mid-season now, we're not quite at the end of the season, but how do you, as a manager, measure success? What are your barometers for success at Hashtag?
Probably Q&As with you.
You made it to the second one,
I'll
so
get to the second one. And
congratulations.
Still here. If I make a third, then I'll suggest that I've done okay.
It's a turkey, they call that. Yeah,
In bowling.
if you get to 3 Q&As, you've done really well. No manager in the history of Hashtags ever made it to 2 Q&As. Partly because you're the first manager, but it's also a record.
You only beat what's in front of you.
Exactly, you're setting records every day, mate, so well done. I look forward to doing a third Q&A with you, maybe nearer the season, end of the season. Hopefully we can get some wins. We're going to go and play this friendly now. Me and Devs are going to get on commentary, so stay tuned for that on the channel. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and until next time, don't forget to hashtag it. He always forgets, but I'll get him to do it one day. Bye-bye.
We'll see.